Good morning, everybody. I was nearly late this morning. I was downstairs running about getting the porridge ready for the boys. So, this morning, what I would like us to think about is this idea that creativity is everywhere and it's just a case of opening yourself up to it. My wee book, Wellspring, is all about how to do mainly about how to do the free writing and how to break down creative barriers. Whereas Magpie Mind is all about keeping yourself open to ideas, and the more you do that, the more ideas will come. One of the things that I find really helpful in doing that, in helping to jog your creativity, is by reading wide and reading a lot of reading widely, reading a lot of different things, and reading a lot. If you go onto the Guardian website, there's a lot of advice there for writers. For 10 pieces of advice every writer would give to aspiring writers. And I looked at that years ago when I started the creative writing classes. And every writer, sorry, that's the cat. Every writer gave the two pieces of advice within their 10 pieces of advice. One is write often, and one is read often and widely. So your prompt for this morning is from Andrew Gregg's The Loch of the Green Corrie. So I'm going to give you your prompt, and then later on I'll read a couple of excerpts that gave me the inspiration to use that prompt, because I don't want to direct your writing too much at the beginning. I want it to be as open as possible. Feel free in the comments to share where your ideas took you, where the prompt took you. Maybe not share. Remember, your 6-minute writing is just for you, so there's no pressure to share what you've written. But it's always interesting to see where one prompt, how many different ways that prompt has taken people. I find it really fascinating, and people seem to get a lot from that as well, sharing their ideas. So, without further ado, we'll get started. Your prompt for this morning is tree trunk. So I'm going to time us this time from my phone, from my Fitbit. And so your 6 minutes, I'll tell you when your 6 minutes is up. Remember, just keep writing. Don't worry about making any mistakes. Your writing is just for you. So keep it going, keep it flowing, and don't worry about editing. You can do that later on. For this, it's just for you. Write as quickly as you can and don't stop. Okay? So 6 minutes starting now.
Okay, everybody, so that is your 6 minutes up. If you've hit a wee vein of gold there, feel free to keep going, pause this. If that's you finished up for the day, here is the excerpt, or a couple of little excerpts from the Loch of the Green Quarries, recommended by a very kind friend. I'm thoroughly enjoying it, so thanks for the recommendation. My brother the forester talks of the character of tree species. Each has its own encoded shape, the way it will grow, its final height, even its natural lifespan. All very determinist. But Sandy also demonstrated how that shape is affected by circumstance. A plantation of Scots pine, close planted, will stand thin and slim and straight, good for telegraph poles. That shape is in response to proximity, whereas my image of the archetypal Scots pine is like this one, stumpy, twisted, with big horizontal branches, the rough trunk glowing as though lit by a distant fire. Enduring, thrown, tough, inelegant, and solitary. And just a little bit later, this bit. My father went on to say how, still carrying his penny as a boy, he once stepped in a gale under a Scots pine. He stood against it, thrilled, not a word he had much use for, to feel bark shift against his back. He said he'd imagined the tree a mast and yearned to be sailing where that wind was blowing, far from Arbroath, out of Scotland, beyond Europe, to a blue space on his father's globe. The South China Seas. I wanted to see them. So that was from At the Loch of the Green Quarry by Andrew Gregg. So I hope you all had a lovely weekend, and I wish you all an excellent weekend, an excellent week to come. This is Monday, so I will see you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning at 8:30 here on the Figment pages. So that's Figment Creative Expression and Figment Books. Thanks again for joining us, and happy writing, everybody.